What's going on, believers? Guys, there's a lot of people on YouTube this morning and last night that are telling you a lot of crazy stuff, and I mean crazy stuff about what's going on with Saitama. So we're going to talk about that real quick. I'm not going to name any names, but they'll know who they are. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways.
All right, true believers, we're trading at 68.56 right now, and that's down on the day. We're down another 5.5%. You're seeing the number decline as we go right now. You're seeing some move, volts going way up. You're seeing impact over here. You're seeing a lot of movement. You're seeing Floki going way down. You're seeing Starl take a bit of a dip. You're seeing Kishu go up just a little bit. Saitama, we have a little bit over 24 hours from now, we have Saitamask launching. So where is all of this enthusiasm and where is all of this excitement? Well, let me tell you, we were told by one illustrious YouTuber that, well, this is just the market because the market had a dip. This was not a dip from the market. The market didn't start dipping over here. The market didn't start dipping right here. This is, in fact, has nothing to do with the market. This right here, that's where the market started to make its little crash and its little decline. So, what is this all about? This is whales taking profit. Here's what you have a lot of previous investors who are no longer faithful to the project that had been faithful to the project for a long period of time. I mean, you can't get mad at them because they've made their money, but you have to call it for what it is. This is not because the market is declining. Every once in a while, you will see a movement where you'll see a drop of 100 points in Ethereum or something like that. And then you might see somebody do a quick sale. That is going to happen. That is a product of it, but that's not what's going on here. What's going on here is you are witnessing the the enormous profit taking because of the enormous level of success. Now, when I told you this a couple of days ago, what I told you was when we get to this $8,000 level over here where this price support is, that we're probably going to sit right there and we're probably going to have a really good time. Partner. So what ended up happening right after that, just massive sell-offs. And you can go back and you can look at all the transactions and you can see that $11 million, $9 million, $13 million, $8 million, all of these wallets, all of these big wallets who've been quiet all this time or have generally just sold a little bit here and there, suddenly started selling the kitchen sink. Now they're going to still be in here and they've got a lot of product left. They are not bailing out. They know what Cytomask is. They know what it's going to do. And they know that it's a game changer, but they have gotten out. So when somebody tells you that the reason for this dip right here is because of the crypto market in general, they're not being honest with you. They're giving you a reason to gloss over what it is. Now, on the other hand, if you are out here telling people right here and right now, like, oh my God, it's going to go like 500 billion trillion percent, and it's going to be so amazing, then you're not being honest with people either. There is a struggle happening right now. So the market is the market, and we can't control that. But what we can control are expectations, and we can temper some of those right now. So we are, again, a little over 24 hours away. This price action, when we were a little over 24 hours away, and this is an honest assessment, and this is something that you have to do, and you could do it for yourself. But this is an honest assessment. In the run up, we are 24 hours away. This is the night that everything was going to be released. This is where we were on that night. Now, that puts you during the release period through this evening and all the way through it, like right about here. This is about where everybody was in Las Vegas. This is when they were making the moves. We were at 1,553. Let's call it a 1,553 because obviously there's some fluctuation. But where were we? Let's call it 26, 28 hours before the launch. So we're going to go back here to 1,600 the day before, right here. So you can see there's a little sideways action, a little period right here, but you are not seeing that level of dump that we're seeing right now. Now, hopefully we can attribute it to this right here, that this period right here of clearing out which was done in the morning hours, as you can see. Maybe that clearing out of the Asian market and the waking up of the European market might have had a little something to do. Maybe we're experiencing a little bit of that right now, and it's accompanied by some of the market action. But then you see this massive run up, right? But we saw this massive run up here. Now, this massive run up that we saw in the last couple of days does not measure where we are right now. So I would be a little bit, and you should be just a little bit concerned. As we're having this discussion, we've lost another 200 points, and we are continuing to see dumps. And what are we seeing? Here we go. 9 CE5, 20 Ethereum dump. Let's go look over here. This is a wallet that still has 71,000, but they had a couple 100,000 because here is their previous sale a few minutes ago. So they're clearing out right now during a time where you would rationally think, and everybody seems to rationally think, that we should be on this massive run up. So I'm telling you, be a little bit concerned, be a little bit cautious with what's going on right now. We are not seeing the level of enthusiasm maintain itself through the launch. Now, if I can be so bold, in December, there was a comment made that we were going to have this launch as soon as it was possible. So that has now extended over into the first week of January, even though it was ready a little bit previously. And what happened? We did end up with a market correction. And this market correction, this might eliminate today because we are looking at one of those things where the shorts are going to win big today. And the shorts have not won really big in a very long time on one of these Fridays, but they're going to win today. There's a little bit more of a bloodbath. But after we get past that, maybe tonight we're going to start to see a massive sort of run up of this variety in the overnight hours. So I'm not saying that we're in trouble. I'm saying that the market does not bear out everything that we think was going to happen or is happening right now. And we are not being let down by the market. It is because we have a number of large wallets taking profit at this point. Now, if they were to stop doing that, then this thing would start running like crazy, but that's not going to happen because whatever faith that you have in the product is not being shared across the board right now. It's not being maintained by all of the people. Now, here's the good part. The good part is you still see big investment. You still see big investment. If you scroll down here, you still see a nice size investment here. You still see that it's happening. The run up is starting to happen, and you're seeing these purchases that are still going, but it is not outweighing these giant red candles that just continue to develop. So, guys, something will have to give in the next few hours, and I do think this. Guys, at this point, you have been let down by the original and early investors. There's no other way. I don't sugarcoat things. I do try to use hyperbole to amp something up when I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to you directly right now saying this is what happened. The market problem was here. We are sideways since the market problem. We went down based on our old school hodlers selling off in massive, massive amounts, taking massive amounts of profit. So don't kid yourself that it's the market that's the problem. However, again, if we go back over to the other side and we looked and we see that there's a run up period somewhere in the neighborhood of 24 hours where we're going to start to see one of those moves. It's almost straight up. We're going to start seeing big candles. Those big candles are going to be coming when there's probably less than 24 hours. In the meantime, depending on how much blood is in the water, because these investors are no longer as faithful as we had wished them to be, we may be trading at a much lower number than what we think. So when I gave you a prediction the other day, the prediction that I gave you was that we were going to do a 4x from where we were down here at 51. And I said we would end up at 6 zeros, 22. Well, I'm going to revise that right now and say that we are probably not even going to see the all-time high. At a very best, I'm going to call it at 6 zeros, 1500 with a doubling. That will put us in a better place and a better space, but it's not the number that I was hoping for or that I was looking for, because I don't know that we currently have the long-term hodlers necessary at this point. Now, that being said, we are still picking up hodlers left and right. There are a lot of people that are investing. We've just celebrated 300,000. We're at 308,614 right now. That doesn't mean that we've got big term whales. Now, if those big time whales pop back in here in a big way, then that's going to be nice to see. But something to remember, the big whales that we already have, they're the ones that are selling off. They're already satisfied and happy with the amount that they have made off of the product. So, guys, I'm a little concerned. I'm being honest with you, as honest as I can be right now. I'm not trying to sell you on anything other than this. We're going to have a big run up, but it's not going to be what we thought it was before. However, here's the good thing. If at some point you decide to take a little bit of profit, Ethereum is on sale, which means that you will have a great deal on your hands if you want to take a little bit of profit for yourself and then hold on to a little bit of Ethereum for a later time when the Ethereum runs back up, and then you can put it back into Saitama and increase the size of your bag. That's what I plan to do. Just an FYI. Guys, that's my time. This was not financial advice. I've always been right. I'm not going to change that today. Let's have a good weekend and go Cytomask.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls.